So for those that don't know me, I'm Sean Murray. I'm the CEO of Margin Reform. We are a boutique consultancy. We have been in business around 18 months. Chet and I have been working together for over 10 years in various guises at a couple of different organisations. We're the partners of Margin Reform. We're 18 months into our journey, as I say, and we've got a broad range of professional services, which are all focused in and around collateral, margin and legal, which is where our strengths are. So the first circle starting at the top is clearing margin and collateral. And that really is about considering your long-term vision, your long-term strategy for your front to back collateral setup. It could involve overarching collateral frameworks. It could be technology decisions or strategic setup for your business or for your operational area. It's not a one size fits all, and it really is about how you view collateral and your starting point today. The second point is about markets and trading. So we've done some work with people on front pre-trade analytics, so sort of pre-optimization before you execute, and also on post-trade, so looking at optimization post-trade of post-derivative trade, and then looking at collateral as you're posting it to your clients. It could be something as simple as treasury or liquidity funding, or something very more intricate, such as securities lending and a securities lending business, and how that might look for somebody who might want to start a securities lending business. They could be looking at a business case or a feasibility study. Third point is around risk and regulation, and it is what it says. It's G20 reg reforms, and amongst other things, and risk disciplines as well. Could be discovery workshops or project initiation and implementation. And one of our favourites is SIM governance, and the SIM model is obviously a hot topic for UMR. And we talk about the governance and the back testing and the benchmarking quite a lot when it comes down to risk and regulation. The fourth point is around legal and documentation. So it could be around the documentation of CSAs and ISDAs, or maybe repo and SEC lending docs such as GIMRA and GIMSLA. As we move into pledge agreements as well, that's got slightly more complicated over the years, but it could be something quite as simple as playbooks and just setting up your legal team for success. The last one is about assurance. So fifth one is about assurance and advisory. So looking at best practices, good governance, staying ahead of the game really. You've been compliant for a while. Have you kept that compliance up? Have you looked at recent advocacy from the industry or recent best practices? Have you looked at the creation of process and policy and kept that up to date? Frankly, have you been able to pass audits internally or maybe externally? And the last one is around margin administration. So as we go through this process of people's collateral world becoming more complex, how do they cope with that? Do they outsource? Do they keep it in-source? Do they have to look at sort of what's critical, what's not critical, what's most efficient to actually offshore or outsource? And how do they do that? And what's it about? Is it around processing or is it around costs? And really, those are the 6 services, and they all interlink to collateral, margin and legal. But we believe the whole process now is front to back. I've said this many times, it's collateral coming out of silos, and that as a firm is what we're trying to achieve. We're doing that with a team, and I'm going to hand over to Chet, and he's going to talk you through what we do and who we do it with.
Thank you, Sean. Just to introduce myself firstly, Chetan Joshi, founder of Margin Reform and also the Chief Operating Officer. So this slide here, we wanted to briefly touch on our people and our experience. You know, the people at Margin Reform are handpicked with deep and deliberate expertise in margin, collateral and legal. As you can see from our acquired experience, we've worked at a number of organisations, be it the buy side, the sell side, and that knowledge allows us to help clients accelerate with regards to their different pain points, be it technology, be it operations, be it front office, compliance. We also have a good mix of clients that we work with. So you can see the client experiences that we have with the buy side, with the sell side and technology firms and also industry bodies. So with all this experience, we have a footprint of clients all over the world.